did you know that Candy Owens will always admit when she is wrong? She always comes back and says that I was wrong about this. Except that's a lie, isn't it? Because I don't think I have seen Candy Owens once come back and say that she was wrong about all the things she's been actually wrong about. Number one, the biggest one, I think, is Israel. She's constantly going against Israel and blaming Israel for literally everything. And Candy Owens will never admit that she was wrong about anything, especially when it comes down to the subject of Israel. Because according to Candy Owens, everything she knows about Israel is apparently right. And Israel is the devil. Even though Candy Owens herself, it seems like she's not a true Christian. A true Christian would not be bashing on Israel the way that she is. And a true Christian would not be lying the way that she is either on her show. It's quite interesting to see her lie the way that she is. And her saying, I will always admit when I am wrong. Bull. Absolute bull. So Nathan Livingston of Milk Bar TV, who, by the way, actually shared a little snippet of me during one of his compilations, which I thought was a huge honor. So Nathan, if you're watching this, mate, thank you. I appreciate your work enormously. You've done some great work. And here is another excellent compilation of Candy Owens basically never admitting that she's wrong about all the stuff. Have a watch.
I will always admit when I'm wrong. Anybody that listens to my podcast knows that. Grandfather grew up in a segregated South. And so when I'm walking through Jerusalem and you see, and they say these are the Muslim quarters, this is where the Muslims are allowed to live, that doesn't feel like a bastion of freedom to me. So I guess.
Oh, I don't think it's where they're allowed to live in Jerusalem. I think it's that there's an Armenian quarter. It's not saying the Armenians can only live here.
My understanding from the rabbi was that this is where the Muslims have to live in Jerusalem. Oh, how interesting it is that the entire world came down on Kanye West when he tweeted that he was going to go DEFCON 3 on some Jewish people, I think is what he wrote verbatim. When he tweeted out, I'm about to go DEFCON 3 on some Jews. And now we fast forward to today when Israel is literally going DEFCON 3 on Palestinians.
He didn't say some, he said on Jewish people.
Okay, sure. And now we fast forward to today. Gosh. For an influencer that got paid, a micro-influencer, don't care if you're micro, you email tips@CandaceOwens.com and show us the concrete email of who paid you to make a video about me and Tucker and to say that we must be funded by Qatar, because that's the disinformation campaign that's happening right now. And here is the email. Recently, we've been troubled by certain statements made by public voices like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. We'd like to offer a small gesture of support, a donation, but it is Rabbi Shlomo, and he's based in Israel. Oh my God, no, Rabbi Shlomo, no! Shlomo, no!
In a statement emailed Thursday following an inquiry by JTA into the validity of the email, Branda lambasted Owens, writing the claim is absurd and bears no connection to reality.
What? Constantly just tell the truth, and sometimes it makes people very uncomfortable. The Nazis experimented on innocent people. They experimented on twins. I mean, some of the stories, by the way, sound completely absurd. I mean, like the idea that they just like cut a human up and then sewed them back together. That just sounds like bizarre propaganda.
Wait, let me ask her now.
She said that the Mengele experiments were false.
Do you believe that Joseph Mengele did what he is reported to have done?
To be clear, Piers, I did not even mention Joseph Mengele's name in this skit at all. Huh? They have blackmail on RFK Jr. This is crazy in Venezuela. So they had an election, and their incumbent president, Nicolas Maduro, we all know who Nicolas Maduro is, and my suspicion is he's actually about to be killed. This is crazy. I just don't like doing anything wrong. I always just tell the truth because I know that my karma hits. I do believe that if war in Iran is on the agenda, and that appears so, get dishonorably discharged. Who cares? Who cares?
The president just posted saying, quote, a ceasefire has been, quote, fully agreed to by Israel and Iran. There will be a complete and total ceasefire.
So do you regret saying
recognizing that? No, I don't regret saying that. I don't.
But you
regret
know the
having
repercussions if you do
think
discharge dishonorably.
Okay, well, I would imagine that the people that are in the military who were going to, if they were going to listen to my podcast and they were going to dishonorably discharge, that they would know the consequences. And that's why I'm so happy, because once you've committed yourself just to the truth, not to money, then I just feel like you're actually free.
Ouch. First little one that Nathan Livingston highlighted was Kanye West saying, I'm about to go DEFCON on Jewish people, and Candy was going on some Jewish people. Again, doesn't want to admit that she was wrong. Okay, whatever. I said that. I said what I said. And you know, this thing, it's actually quite evil when you think about it. Very, very intentional. But the manipulative language, the narcissism, the psychopathy of her persona, I'm not going to care about anything. I don't know if you guys have seen it as well, but it's the same shtick that Tucker won't admit. Like the video that I made yesterday, he would never admit that he apologized to Trump. Oh, it's not true at all. And Candace is going, I'm just going to shrug it off because, hey, it's a lie. I don't care. I've got a huge audience and millions of followers that are very, very loyal to me. So why would I admit that I was wrong about something that, to me, if you're not going to tell the truth, what is the point of doing it? Candace Owens should know better, right? But she doesn't. In fact, for Candace Owens, she'll say one thing 1 minute and then another thing the next minute because it's provocative. Doesn't know how to actually tell the truth, even if it slapped her right in the face. You saw her Piers Morgan call her out, but she, what? You guys saw the little cameo that I made. Again, thank you to Nathan for including that cameo. Basically, the video that I made when it came down to Candace saying that people are being paid to make anti-Candy and anti-Tucker videos, were apparently being paid by Qatar. And the video was like apparently a rabbi from Israel, which ended up turning out to be baseless, and she defamed the poor rabbi. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? But again, everyone, Candy will always admit when she's wrong, right? Yeah, that seems to be relatively now it seems to be the case. We know that we can't trust anything. I mean, anything that Candy Owens says. And I think we've got to be very, very careful moving forward of these grifters, these people that have got no idea what the hell they're saying, and they're just saying it so that they can get a quick buck, which is wrong and dangerous, if you ask me. Because again, I'll allude to, why are you doing this? What is the ultimate purpose? Can be really dangerous. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.